Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to Marvel Snap. I have never created a video for Marvel Snap. Today is going to be the first video I've ever created for Marvel Snap for my YouTube channel. So I apologize if there's any kind of problems, any kind of kinks in this video. If there are any problems, I'll fix them for the future ones if I do more. But I've been playing a lot of this game recently, and as you can see, I'm collection level 296, so I've been playing a decent amount, a few hours. I am here to bring you my favorite Pool 1 deck. Yes, my collection level is Pool 2, but this deck I'm going to be talking about today is a deck that I really, really like, that I don't see that many people talk about for Pool 1. Pool 1, most people talk about things like ongoing decks with like White Tiger, Gamora, Odin, uh, Kazoo decks with Blue Marvel, Onslaught, Khazar, Devil Dino decks, stuff like that. I don't see the deck I'm going to be talking about today talked about too much. What is the deck, you might say? You're like, okay, streamer, tell us a deck. You're hyping it up. I'm talking about movement. I've seen a lot of people say movement is only playable in Pool 2. I heavily disagree with that for a number of reasons we'll talk about when we're actually looking at the deck. But I think movement is one of the most fun decks, and I think a lot of people refuse to play movement for a number of reasons. Reason number one, they think they have to get to Pool 2 to play things like Vulture and Cloak for it. Reason number two, they think it's a very tough to play deck. Yes, I will say this. I do think it's more difficult to play than something like Devil Dino, but I don't think it's that much more complicated once you actually play a couple of games and learn the lines that you should keep in your mind while you play the deck. So let's go and look at the deck. Okay, so welcome to Pool 1 Movement. Overall, I think it's a pretty good deck, like I said before. There are a couple of cards in here, basically one card really in particular I would say you could consider removing for other Pool 1 cards. That is Elektra. I like Elektra. I like getting rid of things like Ant-Man, especially, and then in Pool 2, getting rid of things like Ebony Maw. But in Pool 1, you can consider not playing this. If I were not to play Elektra, and I was still just in Pool 1, I would consider playing Forge. I think Forge is pretty solid for this deck as well, but I like Elektra a little bit more. There are other cards you can consider as well, basically tech cards. If you're seeing a lot of Devil Dino, you can consider playing Enchantress. Not really sure if I like that or not. But yeah, like Enchantress is another thing you can consider. But yes, Elektra is basically the tech spot, and this can be removed for other tech cards or just Forge if you want more consistency in the deck. So before we talk about more of the individual cards, what are we trying to do with this deck? Well, pretty much what it says on the tin. We're trying to move around a lot. So what's our payoff? Why are we trying to move around a lot? Multiple man. Multiple man is our guy. We gotta buff him. We don't have to buff him, but the hope is we're able to buff him somehow, and then we move him around, duplicating him, and getting lots and lots of stats over multiple locations, which makes it hard for our opponent to decide which location they want to fight for. And then thanks to Ironheart and Hulkbuster, that's how we're going to be buffing them up. Ironheart can make multiple mana up to 5 power. Hulkbuster up to 7 power for multiple mana. This is why I was saying if you want Forge, Forge can give you a little bit of consistency. You can play Forge on 2, play multiple man on 3 as well, but currently I'm playing Ironheart. I actually haven't tried Forge that much in the deck. I do think Forge is pretty solid, but again, I kind of like Ironheart a little bit more, but I'm gonna, in the future, try out Elektra and try out Forge over Ironheart, but I like Ironheart now. But yeah, that is basically the key of the deck. Lots and lots of copies with multiple man. I will say this, you better keep track, and you better have your brain thinking about the locations. Why? Because your locations will get full very quickly because of multiple man. Now let's say you don't draw multiple man. These kind of decks that are very focused on one specific card are kind of bad if you don't draw that one specific card, right? Like, you know, discard destroy or discard decks without Apocalypse or something, for example. So what if we don't draw multiple man? We got backup. Don't worry, we have backup. Our backup, the classic. Angela is a very powerful backup card. I should actually be using the variant here because I have the variant. Can I use my variant? There we go. But yeah, Angela is one of our backups, and she's kind of just here to win the second lane as well. You should know Angela by now. She comes down and she's representing, I'd say, around 5 power. You play her, you play like 2 other units in her location. She's 2 mana for 5 power, and that's pretty solid. You can do some shenanigans with Nightcrawler as well. Play Nightcrawler in her locations, move him and get another one. But whatever. Angela is going to be big. Our other big card here to help us win a location, Craven. Craven getting +2 power for moving around when other cards move here. So that includes your enemy's stuff. Kind of like Angela, but it can get even bigger on average if you can do some movement shenanigans. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much the core of the deck. Multiple man buffing him up, moving him around, Craven and Angela to try and win another location. So what is a good combo to start with this deck? Okay, turn 1, not Nightcrawler, turn 1 Iron Fist. On reveal, move the next card you play 1 location to the left. After it reveals, it does carry over to the next round. So turn 1 Iron Fist, turn 2 multiple man. That's basically 2 mana for 6 power right there. And that's why I play Ironheart, because then we can play Ironheart on 3 to buff Iron Fist and the 2 multiple men that were just created. Yes, it's kind of rare to actually get that specific curve, but I really like it. We have Nightcrawler in this deck because, well, 1, he moves, so he has some synergy with Craven, but also Nightcrawler is just a really, really good card and a solid 1-drop in pretty much every single deck, because he doesn't make you commit. He doesn't have to be committed to a single lane right away. I already talked about Angela and Craven pretty much. Next up, we got Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange lets us do some shenanigans by moving some big stuff around. I'd say most of the time you just want to move around a multiple man who's been buffed to wherever Doctor Strange is, just for more multiple men. Just gives us some consistency to make more multiple men, so still a really good card, though. Of course, we got our Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster usually wants to just go on multiple man, but it's still 4 power for 3 mana, which is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. It's also pretty good as instead of playing it on multiple man, it's also decent to play on Nightcrawler as well, because a 6 mana or a 6 power guy who can move around is pretty strong. And then our top end. The top end is actually what you will be removing in future pools, but Iron Man is just a solid top end for a lot of pool 1 decks. Pretty much all pool 1 decks, almost all pool 1 decks can make use of Iron Man, so you can use it too. You play it, and then you can move them around and stuff and surprise your opponent. And our big boy, Heimdall. On reveal, move your other cards 1 location to the left. So, especially in pool 1, where in my opinion players are just not as good because they just haven't been playing the game as long as people in pool 2 or pool 3, so they don't know as many cards and their game knowledge isn't as good. People just don't seem to play around Heimdall. And of course, Heimdall has synergy with your movement matters cards, Craven and multiple man. So you can do like play an Iron Man somewhere and then play Heimdall. Of course, sometimes your location that Heimdall will move stuff will be full or something, so you'd have to keep that in mind. Also, Heimdall himself, pretty big. He also just he's very good at contesting a place just by himself. And I have definitely won some locations just with Heimdall by himself in that location. And our last card, America Chavez. Honestly, we're just playing America Chavez because she helps make the deck a little bit more consistent, and she's not a terrible thing to play on turn 6. 6 mana for 9 power is not terrible when Hulk is a borderline playable card, and he's basically a 6 mana for 12 power. So America Chavez is just great, mostly for deck thinning though. Now, what if you were in pool 2? If you want to play this deck, but you're like, okay, streamer, this is very cool. What if I'm in pool 2? What would you add to this deck right now if you had the pool 2 cards you wanted? I would add in Cloak, Vulture, and Vision. And I would consider taking out Ironheart for Forge if I had those cards, because I think Forge into Vulture, Forge into Vision would be pretty sweet. I'd also probably take out Electra for, like, I would take out Electra for Cloak. I would take out Ironheart for Forge. Take out Iron Man for Vulture. And not sure how it would fit in Vision. I probably would take out Angela for Vision, in all honesty. But yeah, that is the deck. I think it's a very, very strong deck in Pool 1. Very underrated deck, I think, and can get you quite a few wins. So, enough rambling. Let's go and play a couple of games. Okay. Strange Academy is not terrible because I have multiple man. I probably will just actually play multiple man in Strange Academy. I'm gonna play... So I'm not gonna play multiple man yet. I'm gonna play Angela here. And then I'll play Iron Fist multiple man. Really, turn 2, nothing. Oh, now Kraven's here? That kind of changes things. I think this is how I'll do it. Put Kraven here. Is it Nova? We doing some Nova shenanigans? Okay, okay. Kraven hopefully can carry this game. So we Iron Fisted, so we should multiple man. And then I guess Nightcrawler? I don't know, my hand's getting or my board's getting a little full already. Why did I Nightcrawler on the left? Why did I Nightcrawler where Angela is? Now that I think about it. Bizarre, yeah, whatever. Iron Man. So we're gonna draw America Chavez. Do I want to just make a bigger Angela? I kind of want to drop... So Angela, we can move Angela. But I kind of like keeping Angela here. Buffer with Ironheart. This will move my stuff to the middle. Maybe... just drop this. But I also want to Iron Man. So let's Iron Man here and fight for the mid. If this is like Blue Marvel, I think I retreat though, because Blue Marvel into Onslaught is just so good. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. All right, if they drop Onslaught, am I dead? No, I'm fine. I'm fine, actually. I just America Chavez here, and I should be fine, right? Because the squirrel is on the right. Yeah, so we'll snap. They should retreat here, I think. If for some reason they play America Chavez and America Chavez the left, I think I'm fine. I guess Hulk's a little scary on the left, but no, I just win if they Hulk. So yeah, I think we win here. Easy win. Angela doing her job. Iron Man showing why he's in the deck. Multiple man doing multiple man things. Kraven didn't get that many buffs, did he? Sadly. Only one buff. Namor! Oh no. Oh no, did I tie? Is it only a tie? But I should win because I have more overall, right? I think. If my math is correct. Victory. Yeah, I won. Okay, I did not think they would play Namor. Okay, that's... Really? Namor? Oh, it was an ongoing deck? Was that it? I don't know. I saw Squirrel Girl and Kazar. I was expecting Zoo, and then they play Namor? Like, that seems counterproductive to play Squirrel Girl and Namor in the same deck. Anyway, let's go to the next game. Okay, I like Super Flow, but okay, I was about to say, like, I don't have anything here to play, but I got Angela here, so that's pretty good. What do you got here? Iceman, don't have anything good? I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, I could Electra that, like, okay, this is gonna be tough. Another Cloning Vat's great. Ironheart. I could just play Ironheart now, but why would I do that? I think I'm gonna Iron Fist Electra here. I think I want Electra to move, but I kind of want to save Iron Fist in case I get multiple man, but I think if I Electra Iceman, they might give up on the right, so let's get Electra to the left, if that makes sense. So now here's what now? What do I do now? I have Ironheart. Ironheart hits 3 things, which is not bad. Like an Ironheart on the Angela side. I could multiple, man. I think I'm just gonna Ironheart. Ironheart mid. Ironheart mid to get another Ironheart to give me another play to do on turn 4. Like Ironheart doesn't seem terrible. I kind of don't have anything to do on turn 5 or turn 6. Sure, I can draw America Chavez, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to get another... Okay, with that, I especially want to get another buff on Angela now. That's Punisher. What is this deck? Ongoing? This has to be ongoing. So they're going to drop Spectrum and Onslaught. Ooh, Craven. How am I going to do this? Craven on the left? Craven on the right? I don't want to put Craven with Angela, I think. Like, Ironheart Craven, so... Well, if I'm going to do it like this... Ironheart first to buff everything, then Craven, I think? And then... Hopefully I draw Heimdall? I think I'm trying to find Heimdall. Or at least Iron Man. Iron Man would be good, too. Oh no, Star-Lord. That's not good for us. Okay. What do I get here? What you got for me? Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler can buff Angela. So I'm gonna draw America Chavez. So Nightcrawler buff Angela. Doctor Strange to move Angela to the left to Superflow, and then Craven on the left as well as what I'm thinking here. And then I'll put America Chavez in the middle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. It's like we're basically giving up on the right side, kind of. Punisher by himself is not enough to win as well, thanks to Iron Fist. So they still have to contest on the right, while we're starting to build up on the left. I don't know, but they have a Star-Lord and a Captain America. Star-Lord Captain America is a lot, actually, especially on the right. Like, if they play Star-Lord and they get a Star-Lord hit now, I assume one of those is a Star-Lord. Alright, so we move our Angela. I did this in the wrong order. By the way, I should have had Craven show up first. Oh, Rocket Raccoon hit. Didn't get a Star-Lord hit. That's a mistake. Thankfully, it shouldn't matter, though, for the Craven, missing the Craven buff. So now I'll just, like, America Chavez on the right. I could retreat. Actually, honestly, yeah, like, why would I know they have another Star-Lord, and they're gonna just slam Star-Lord Captain America on the right. America Chavez only brings me up to 17, so yeah. And what? Captain America Star-Lord's like plus 12, I want to say? Plus 11 to 20? So I'd be off by 3, so they win. So yeah, I think this is a retreat angle. I know they have those cards. So yeah, I think it's a retreat.
Escape.
It happens, whatever. Please. Please no cloning vats or whatever it's called. Okay, how's this hand look? Nightcrawler's not a bad start. We got Nightcrawler, Hulkbuster. I'd prefer... Oh god, Nova. Okay, I'm gonna try to Electra that before they get anything on there. Really, but... So does that mean they have Nova Carnage? Destroy all cards controlled by a loser? Okay. They are revealing second, so they're probably going to get a buff here, but I still like to Electra this. Kind of wish I had a multiple man to multiple man Hulkbuster, but this is fine. Like, get rid of Nova here. Alright, so what's this last location? Excuse me. Oh, RNGesus, why? Heimdall's a good draw. They're snapping! Okay, okay. I'm not... It's not a retreat. I think I Hulkbuster here. Like, I don't think I Ironheart this. I think I'm going to Hulkbuster. I don't think I'm going to snap back. Heimdall is so good, though. Like, Heimdall maybe can win mid. So, yeah, I think I'm going to Hulkbuster. I don't know. So, like, what's my turn? Like, turn 3, Hulkbuster. Turn 4, Ironheart. Turn 5, Iron Man. Turn 6, Heimdall. Hulkbuster brings Nightcrawler up to 6. I like this. Okay, Rock mid. Don't even know why they're throwing the Rock in. Wait, that they just did nothing on turn 3. Okay, I might have a chance here. Maybe I snap back. Craven. Okay, I'll probably get Craven here. Like Craven. Play Craven and then Nightcrawler mid. That should guarantee the win. I doubt they're going to fight for mid anyway. Jessica Jones. Okay, so I'm going to draw... So I have Iron Man, and I probably think I'm going to Iron Man mid, and then Heimdall mid to shift everything to the left to win the left lane. So yeah, let's snap back. Let's do this. Let's go for it. So I'll have 9 power mid. I don't know. This snap might be a mistake, though. But it feels like they're going to give... I feel like them seeing Iron Man, unless they want to specifically play around... Oh, God, don't morph anything good. Okay, Iron Fist, thank you. I think them seeing this Ironheart or Iron Man mid makes them want to play for the left lane and give up on the mid lane unless they want to play around Heimdall. So let's just go for this. Let's go Heimdall. Easy 8 cubes? Come on. Like I'm getting quite a bit of power on the left lane. Iron Man for 16. Okay, so I win, right? I'm pretty sure that's a win. So like that's just how much is that? That's a lot. Yeah, Craven gets like 2 buffs here, I think. Yep. Easy 8 cubes. You'll love to see it. Okay, so welcome back to the deck. Welcome back to movement. I still have the image in the top left. Whatever. We'll leave that there. I hope you guys like that. By the way, I decided to add that there just for a little, just for while I'm in mid game, just a deck image to reference while I'm in game, so you don't have to like jump around the video. So yeah. As for this deck. Pretty good. We got what, 3 games in? I believe we won 2 of the games, and I think I retreated in 1 of them. I think if you want to play this deck, you do need to know when to retreat. You need to know when to cut your losses and be like, okay, I didn't get like any multiple man shenanigans. I don't have a great curve. I probably can't Heimdall and cheese out a win here. Let's just retreat. Let's give up the 1 cube. Sometimes though, like in some of the games I showed, sometimes maybe you want to stick around, especially if they're not snapping, because it's not much of a risk on the table. But yeah, like we did really well. Like America Chavez has good stats. Heimdall lets you cheese out some wins. I believe in our last game, we actually cheesed out a Heimdall win because our opponent didn't really play for the middle location. And we were able to win with just Heimdall and an Electra. So yeah, I really like this deck. I think it is very, very powerful for Pool 1. I'd love to hear your opinion on it and just movement in general for Pool 1. and just the movement deck in general. Like, do you think movement is a good deck in pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, etc.? I think movement personally is very good in pool 1 and pool 2, and it starts to fall off in pool 3 when other decks start to get a lot more unfair. But I think this deck is really fun. And isn't fun what matters the most in video games? I'd also love to hear your suggestions on this deck. Like, how do you think I could change this deck up? Do you think Forge is better than Ironheart? I am probably going to be trying out Forge in the future, but I'd love to hear your opinion. Do you think Forge is good? Also, another quick tip I would give you is know which locations you like to see and don't like to see. Obviously, you like to see the locations that give you some +2 power for moving into it. I can't remember the name of it. You also don't like that location that basically says when you move something here, destroy it. You don't like those locations. The one that's like the squirrel location or the raptor location, you also don't like that because it fills up your precious unit slots. Anyway, though, that's going to be it for today's video for Marvel Snap. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback on this video, I will gladly hear it down below in the comments. Not sure how many games I want to be putting on these Marvel Snap videos. In my other card game videos, I usually do 3 games, but if it feels like it's a little too short for the video, I'll consider adding 4, maybe even 5 games per video. But for now, we're just going to be trying 3 to see how it feels. And if you guys enjoy the video or just have any kind of critiques of the deck or critiques on my play, I know I played very poorly, by the way. You don't have to tell me. You can always leave a comment down below. And if you guys just enjoy the video in general, you can also leave a comment or a like down below. Always helps me and always helps out the channel, of course. And if you guys want to keep up with the Marvel Snap content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. I plan to be putting up a lot more Marvel Snap content in the future. Also, if you want to watch me play some Marvel Snap, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. I've been playing quite a bit of Marvel Snap, specifically this deck recently on stream. So yeah, go and check me out. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye!